Now imagine opening your 7-year-old's homework diary, expecting math tables or even spellings, but finding religious prayers from another faith instead. That's exactly what has triggered a nationwide debate from Hyderabad. And the question now isn't not just about one homework assignment, it's about where education ends and religious instruction begins. The controversy began after a class 2 Hindu student at a private school was assigned homework under Deeniyath, an Islamic religious studies subject. The 7-year-old was asked to read the first and second Kalma and Surah, Fatiha. Images of that school diary quickly went viral, prompting the child's parents to confront the school over why a non-Muslim student had been given Islamic religious lessons. The school has called it an inadvertent mistake, saying Deeniyath is an optional subject for students who choose Islamic studies, and that the child was accidentally assigned work meant for another batch. But the explanation has not stopped the political storm around it. The school has terminated the class teacher now, Sheikh Aisha Parveen, while the parents have lodged a police complaint seeking an investigation. BJP leaders, including Union Minister Bandi Sanjay Kumar, have accused the school of violating religious freedom and demanded accountability. The controversy has also revived memories of similar rows, from multi-faith prayers in Kanpur to a namaz awareness program in Ahmedabad and classroom namaz in Karnataka, raising fresh questions over how schools handle religious activities. Legally, the debate centers on Article 28 of the Constitution. While religious instruction is permitted in certain institutions, students in recognized schools cannot be compelled to attend religious instruction or worship without consent. In the case of minors, that consent must come from parents or guardians. The school in question insists that it was a clerical error, but the incident has reignited a larger national conversation. Should schools expose children to different faiths as part of education? Or does that line get crossed the moment participation becomes compulsory? We have Mr. R. Suresh Kumar, senior journalist, now joining us, alongside Advocate Manoj Sharma, who's Vice President, Delhi Parents Association, and we also have K.S. Prasad, political analyst, joining us. Thank you, all of you, for taking time out to be with us. I'm going to begin by asking Mr. Suresh Kumar, your thoughts, your first thoughts on what has happened in Hyderabad.
No, it's really condemnable. In a school, you take Islamic, you ask them to you give homework on Islamic religious this, then schools have the liberty to have a Bible and also Bhagavad Gita, or even Sikhism, or you can Buddhism. This is condemnable. The teacher being suspended is not enough. The school's permission should be rejected, and also it should be kept in abeyance. The Telangana government, led by Revant Reddy, they should close the school. There is no place for a school religion sentiments. This is what happened in Karnataka and even in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. What is it called, hijab? The problem was there. Even in Kerala, there's no space for religion in schools. They cannot take, if it is a minority school, if it's a Christian school, they cannot take in Bible. If it's a Muslim school, they cannot take Quran. If it is a Hindu school, they cannot take the Bhagavad Gita. Students are equal. They should not put religion into force in the schools. This is a very, very bad precedent. The government should take action. It is not enough that teacher is suspended. She should be dismissed. She should be arrested. Put behind the bars, whoever it is.
Okay. Let me take this across to a parent right now, Advocate Manoj Sharma, who's Vice President of the Delhi Parents Association. Talk to us. Article 28 does allow for religious instructions in certain schools in certain situations. And and also importantly, in a country like ours where there is multi faiths, living together, it's important for children to be exposed to other religions, other faiths at the right time, so that their worldview, is that broad. But in this case of what happened in Telangana, that's certainly crossing the line.
Yeah, look, what I want to say basically, not going into the technicalities of the, heavy articles of the constitution and minority institution and what they are allowed and what they are not allowed. Before to that, what I want to say that there is a one, share of Nida Fazli ji, बच्चों के छोटे हाथों को चांद सितारे छूने दो, बच्चों के छोटे हाथों को चांद सितारे छूने दो, चार किताबें पढ़ लेंगे तो ये भी हम जैसे हो जाएंगे. This is what we are doing. Religion, language, and religion, language, these are the propaganda tools where the whole education system has been hijacked by a few vested interested, what to say, these fanatic people, and the whole education system has been spoiled and it has been diverted. Instead of, the world is doing, miracles in AI, and we are still saying ki give a punishment to the third class student to, write the verses of Quran or, Gita or Bible or Bhagavad Gita or whatever the punishment sort of kind of thing is. So it is rubbish. It is totally beyond imagination where this mentality of our country is going to, and it is going to spoil our future. There is nothing constitution, what constitution allowed, what constitution not allowed is another matter of debate. But it is a very simple thing. If a teacher being a Muslim, she is giving comment in the diary, please write or learn these verses. If a teacher is Christian, he is asking to write or learn the verses of Bible. Or if a teacher is Hindu, then Bhagavad Gita. What is this? This is totally not allowed in the school. And as far as punishment and all these are concerned, these are not going to change because it has now sink very deep in our society, and we have to repent it. Sooner or later we are going to repent it in some major, I don't want to say very harsh word, but we are not going into a very good direction as far as education system is concerned.
Okay, let me then take us across to KS Prasad. KS Prasad, talk to us. This is an incident that is now bringing back this debate on religious instructions in school. This is something where even the school itself has admitted that this was not meant to be given. The only question is how valid or how credible do you think that their reasoning is that this was an error, that this was a matter of a simple mistake.
Good evening to the viewers and good evening to the panel. Ma'am, sir, it's very clear we are all born humans to commit some sort of mistakes. And we also carry some sort of perverted mentalities as far as certain teachers are concerned. In our school days also, they are very arrogant and very, the way they used to beat us and all. Today, it is not even allowed to touch the kid at least. By seeing all this in our education system in our earlier days also, basing on our secularistic country ideologies, we have been studied and we have been established our good relations with respect to communities and as well as respect to religions. Today, unfortunately, some teachers may does this. It doesn't mean that entire school or entire people around are doing it. Okay, the school itself takes some. There are some Christian mission schools were there in my earlier school days. They used to force us certain times to go to the what you call the church to learn certain things, and in a over a period of time, I learned a behavior that I've been going to mass, I've been going to church, I've been going to regular temples. End of the day, the way we treat God is totally matters. In the earlier childhood days, if these set of attitudes and these set of unnecessary things have been injected, it is a big damage to the society actually. Because the culture, what is being taught in the respective schools in our earlier days, today, irrespective of any situation, we have been living in society with a lot of tolerance. And some sort of ignorance is also being developed. It doesn't mean that we are all not respecting the religion and all. And major chunk of the people we have been living in the Hindu, this thing and all. End of the day, it is our duty to learn by giving respect to the other religions and as well as their religious books like Quran, Bible, and Bhagavad Gita. If these things have been taught in school, as the gentleman said very clearly, this is become a practice. Definitely, the society will have a huge change, and all sort of respect will develop in society. And end of the day, some teacher means that it is not a school actually. If school takes this sort of stand, okay, in religious prospect, we allow all these things and all, if they've been continuously telling it, as this gentleman said, and as you said, in secular nation like India, it is not tolerable and it is not even allowed. But unfortunately, this is the biggest mistake which is not supposed to take place. And unfortunately, the teacher has committed it, for which she's been suspended with respect to school. Anyway, teachers,
Okay,
whatever they give.
Mr. Prasad, because I at this stage I would ask, because before I go to Suresh Kumar demands that this teacher not just be suspended but be arrested as well.
No, that's not that. Na. She said nothing of that sort. Na. She said very clearly that as far as religious things are concerned, that should be learned. Maybe she may be a Muslim, or maybe she may be a Christian, or she may be a Hindu. End of the day, punishment classes for not for teachers at least. Okay, it shouldn't be happened, for which the teacher need to be conducted classes on this particular prospect.
Okay,
And
Suresh Kumar,
everyone-
one section of the people will say that no, it's an overreaction. Nobody is taking off something that this was a mistake, this was a grave error. Especially when a young child is involved, no questions about it. There is no two ways of looking at it. There's no two different opinions. This should not have happened at all. But is that enough to go on the overdrive, on the offensive from the other side?
No, the little one is just 7 years old. The little one is just 7 years old, being a Hindu. How can you ask Islamic
No,
homework?
that's definitely the case. That's definitely the case. But my point is that, is it good enough to get the teacher arrested?
Yeah, my take is the teacher should be arrested. The Telangana government led by Revant Reddy should take necessary action. Then only every school, they will have a lesson. This will happen to anybody. If you leave it, next it will happen in Andhra Pradesh. Next
Okay.
it will happen in Tamil
Advocate
Nadu.
Manoj Sharma is shaking his head. Advocate Manoj Sharma, go ahead.
Sir, look, there is a capital punishment for few very grave offenses. It doesn't mean that offenses have been stopped. So just, terminating and arresting the teacher is going not to solve this problem. Actually, teachers are also coming from the society. Judiciary is also coming from the society. When we come, I'm not going to defend her act, but this is too harsh. But of course, we have to take some remedial measures. At least teachers should be told at least once in a month, thrice in a month by the management that look, these are the code of conduct. This is what service rules. You should not cross the lines, otherwise you will be penalized. They should be reminded. This is not a way just to shooting the one person and just saying that the problem is going to be solved. This is not the way. I'm against the termination. Rather, she should be reprimanded. She should be punished. Like, in what we do in judiciary, basically we take the judicial work from the judges for a few months if he is not performing as per the code of conduct. In the same way, teacher can be punished, but it is too harsh to terminate and arrest and to hang her just for this cause. She must be reprimanded, no doubt. She had done a grave mistake as far as teacher is concerned.
Okay, the reason why I'm guessing Suresh Kumar is talking like that is because we've seen the TCS conversion case as well recently. Private institutions where this kind of insidious, fundamentalism creeps in, isn't it, Suresh Kumar? That's what is causing these worries.
Yeah, that is it. See, the students should learn Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism. Let the school teach everything. It is their take. Children should know their languages, their nature, culture. That is there. But one religion, that is wrong. That is what is wrong. And the school education departments across India is in a bad shape now. There is no control. That should be there should be some a committee set up in Delhi. They should have members from all the states and monitor the minority schools mainly. The minority schools. The minority schools is where these things happen. These things happen. The Christian institutions, Muslim institutions, this is where it happens. So the clean checks should be kept by the union government, and state government should have a close this on the minority institutions. This is where the controversy takes place. This is more important. This is my take.
Advocate Manoj Sharma wants to come in again. Advocate Manoj Sharma.
Sir, look, we have already got some kind of protection to this linguistic and religious minority institutions. So I'm not going into that debate. Of course, I'm with sir on that there must be some checks and balances, and they has to be in a regular basis. Up to that, I'm agree. But there is a constitution where they have been granted some freedom, and there are some protection given to the linguistic and minority religion people. So we are not going into that. It is a very vast debate. But the problem is that the teachers are also coming from the same society where lynching, where Jai Shri Ram, or where something like these things are happening. So they are not going to be away from all these things. It will be there, it will be certainly there, but we have to take precautionary measure. There is a service rule, there is a code of conduct for the teachers. She must be punished accordingly, that, and they must be reminded once in a twice or a quarterly, look, these are the code of conducts of the state government, or these are the code of conduct of the school. You should not cross this limit, otherwise your service will be terminated, or you will be given some censure or punishment. So I'm on that view. Please.
Okay. K.S. Prasad wanted to come in on that. K.S. Prasad, you are not in agreement with this, are you?
No, I'm not against for these two gentlemen. Only thing is, the Kapil Sibalji, the made some sort of amendments as far as the education system is concerned. That time, these sort of words are absolutely not there. Otherwise, it would have not been like this. Because the teacher is the biggest god as far as civilization of children is concerned. And we have been taken some sort of capital punishment from the respective teachers in our earlier days, that today's parents are absolutely forgotten it. And that's why the discipline and some sort of, schooling systems are absolutely corrupted. In the scenario of, as our lawyer sahab ne bola tha na, the same way, the teachers, some sort of discretions are there. Some discretions have been misutilized in particular teacher incident in Hyderabad incident is concerned. It is not like that. All teachers will have a curriculum, and they have proper diaries, what to be written and what not to be and all. Even after some sort of violations are taking place, for all which the education department, unfortunately, which was laying with respect to Chief Minister in Telangana, they need to form some stringent lines on this and see through that it will not repeat it at least. The punishments are concerned for the teachers. The school has already taken a call because it is not their stand. Absolutely, religious situations are concerned. Then the teacher has been suspended itself is more than. And after that, she has been properly grilled, and the proper directions will be given it to her. And henceforth, it will not be repeated as per the school norms. That's it. And end of the day, people's expectations will be something else. Like there are certain incidents in school children situations are concerned where some sort of capital punishments are being given by the parent itself in respect to schools. That's what is happening. And in which our lawyer sub is quite aware of it. Is fortunately the vice president for parent teacher association. But it is not happening in all the places. In 1 to 10 scale, hardly once in a blue moon it takes place. It doesn't mean that we cannot take all teachers into the same this thing and same fold, and we can't give different judgments for them. And this has happened. I fully agree with the situation that it is not supposed to. But there are certain Christian mission schools are there. We studied in that. And we have not learned certain things, na? And we have not been converted. Na? But why is some illusions are taking place in respect to people? If they are being taught like this, they may convert, they may adopt these kind of things and all. Adaptability is nothing like that. We need to adopt the secularism of the respective state, respect to nation. This need to be taught. Even parents, once we have been into the Christian mission school, they never neglected us. And we have been taught the different lines and proper lines of Hindu religion and all. We have been like that. This need to be. Until and then, it's a collective responsibility of both parents and teachers. Today, this thing has been brought by the parent itself. And it means that the parent is monitoring the kid. That need to be appreciated. If she is not monitoring what was taking place, nobody knows.
K.S. Prasad, the only thing I have to ask you is that the rest of the gentlemen genuinely believe that there is something terribly off with the school system in the country per se. It needs a reform. This is the reason why you have things like this happening.
You need to agree with that.
Would you agree with that? Mr. K.S. Prasad.
The audio problem.
Okay, I
Audio
don't think
problem is
Mr.
there.
K.S. Prasad or Advocate Manoj Sharma can hear us. But finally, we'll get a word in from Mr. Suresh Kumar. Suresh Kumar, clearly, one thing has emerged that, this could be a case which is not representative of what the school does per se. But the fact that this happened is definitely pointing towards a larger lacuna as far as India's schooling system is concerned.
Yeah, Krishna Kumar, you're very right. The school education across the country is become commercial. That is the main thing. It's become commercial. Like a industry. The education system is in the country. The union government should step in and have stakeholders, consult with them, and the teachers' salary also regarding private schools. It's too less. The government teachers are paid very well. That all should be taken into consideration. The union government should speak to the state governments, respective state governments, and have a what do you call equal salary? What not like government teachers, but at least 50 to 60% what the government teachers are paid. The payment what salary what private school teachers get is too meager, but they given a lot of work. But one more thing, the donations are there in private schools. They earn money. It's become like an industry. This the union government should speak to the Tamil Nadu government and or the Telangana government, all the governments, and come to a conclusion. Otherwise, the school system will be like this only.
Is the case, Prasad? Your final take on it?
Yeah, education system need to be under the government of India. Like, education, health is the basic primary things needs to be provided by the people. So once the education system under the control of respective government, it's a matter of fact. Unfortunately, the private school system has emerged and they're just looting the people around and they're taking things as granted. As for their whims and fancies, parents should accustom and parents should live. Parents should guided by the teachers in the respective private schools. It doesn't mean that the system is being not, as Mr. Suresh sir said very clearly, the system needs to be cleaned means government of India need to take a call. When Kapil Sibal has taken a call not to give capital punishments for the kids, entire system has been adopted. The same scenario, the Indian government to take a call for the entire education system in the national wide. This is what the system is. Until and then it is not been forced to the respective states, nothing can be happened.
Fair enough. We'll leave it at that. Suresh Kumar, Manoj Sharma, and K.S. Prasad, thank you so much for taking time out to be this year on Unmissable.